On behalf of all of us here, my name is Beasley. On behalf of all the Flames, players, management, staff, and everybody here at the Saddle Dome, we thank you. Enjoy your evening. Right now, Brendan Parker, Ryan Dittrick for tonight's Flames TV live post-game show presented by Original 16.
You can look for new limited edition 15 packs of Original 16 Canadian Pale Ale. Each pack includes a mix of collectible cans for the ultimate Flames fan to proudly display. Original 16, official beer sponsor of the Calgary Flames.
All right, welcome inside Flames post-game live. It's brought to you by Original 16, game number 82 here. And unfortunately for the Calgary Flames, no playoff hockey to come. But tonight's still special nonetheless for a variety of reasons as they close out the regular season on home ice here against the San Jose Sharks. A 3-1 victory and a couple of new faces, fresh faces, NHL debuts playing a role in tonight's hockey game. Brendan Parker alongside Ryan Dittrick as we welcome you inside the post-game show. Let's first kind of talk about tonight. We obviously knew there was a lot of excitement around the arena here tonight. Matt Coronado, Dustin Wolf, as you can see just behind Ryan, they're doing an interview with Ryan Leslie, Sportsnet, as he caps off his first NHL win here tonight. First NHL start, first NHL win. It's just what he does, and does it here at the NHL level.
Yeah, and you know what? We've been sitting in these chairs for the past almost 8 months. We've had some tougher nights. We've had some good nights. We've had some pretty serious talks and about the state of the franchise. But guess what? It's nice, even though we know that there's more to come with this story, to have a night where there's just smiles on the faces of everybody out there, and to see Dustin Wolf get an opportunity like that, Matt Coronado, not only to get into your first NHL game and get that experience this late in the season, but to play such a big part and get a win for your team, that's huge. And by the way, to cap it off with a Nikita Zadorov natural hat trick. I'm not sure how many had that on their bingo card, but speaking of smiles, just a great way to wrap up the year.
Yeah, no question. And spoke with him after the second period, and he was, obviously smiling at that point. You put yourself in a pretty good position. I think little did he know at that point that he would cap off not only his first hat trick. I mean, he had never scored a multi-goal game prior to tonight.
There you go.
He gets two, and then
hot stick.
You knew that as soon as that puck was free in his own zone, he launched that thing about 175 feet into the empty net. Hat trick for Nikita Zadorov. Maybe just when you talk about everything you saw, heard this morning, in terms of two guys, Matt Coronado, Dustin Wolf, and we're going to actually hear from Matt Coronado here hopefully in a little while. But just about when you see these guys come in and you know ahead of time that they're going to make their debut, they get their parents coming into town, and just kind of sort of the sights and sounds around the rink this morning and what leads to tonight, eventually at 8:22 tonight.
8:22, yeah, we're feeling it now, actually. Dustin Wolf, I mean, focusing more on the Flames side of things, we haven't spent a lot of time with Dustin Wolf this year, but we know with what he's done with the Calgary Wranglers, this guy was ready for the opportunity. So just a lot of excitement, obviously, as you said, to get the parents in town. On the flip side, Matt Coronado, he's been up for a little while. We've been on a couple of road trips with him, too, so he's been able to soak in some of the experiences. Even Daryl Sutter said it this morning, he's been a real sponge, and being able to learn from some of the guys and maybe some of the players that he thinks he can emulate at this level has been massive for him. So you're already seeing the rewards early in his NHL career.
Yeah, speaking of, let's welcome him in. We're just jumping you right, or throwing you right in here.
Live TV.
Grab your mic there. Matt Coronado stops in, and we're just talking a little bit about it. Maybe it'll be best to hear from you. What was some of the emotions, some of the feelings as you got a chance to make your NHL debut here tonight?
Yeah, a lot of emotions. I think the first thing, just super happy we were able to get the win. End of that game was super fun. I don't know. It's still tough to put into words right now for me.
What about that solo lap when you go out there and obviously sharing it a little bit with Dustin? But just what are you thinking about? Is there some nerves as you hit the ice here tonight?
Me and Wolfie actually forgot to hit the pucks onto the ice, so we had about 3 pucks and we were chasing them around.
That was a heck of a pass by Wolfie, though. By the way.
Yeah, he put one right on my tape.
Yeah,
we didn't have any pucks. He put one right there for me. It was funny.
That's great.
What about the rest of the night? Did it settle in for you?
I think like midway through the first, I kind of settled down a little bit. I think the first few shifts definitely a little antsy, but I think got the feel for it.
Yeah. A couple of good looks for you throughout the night, too. A couple of good chances. Did you feel maybe at some point it was going to come just based on the number and the quality that you were getting?
Pelt set me up. I remember it backdoor for one. It was an unbelievable play by him. I think we had a couple chances as a line. I was just happy to be out there. You know, working hard. You never know, but it was a lot of fun.
You know, it's interesting because Pelletier was talking this morning right here on the desk. He just said, you know, obviously you've spent a ton of time together. Obviously, there's some chemistry there, but you know, he was kind of expecting it to kind of carry over in terms of the game. Lots of practice time, but kind of got a feel for each other.
Yeah, we've spent a ton of time together over the last couple weeks. So whether it be skating after practice or anything like that, we've been doing it together. So definitely felt comfortable being out there with him.
Yeah, good to see your parents in the crowd too. What's it like? I'm sure you guys will have a moment here, and probably hard to put that in perspective, but to have them here to witness that here tonight.
Yeah, it means everything. Like they've done so much for me, so for them to be able to make it out here is a big deal.
Last one for me. Take us through the day. We've heard a lot of stories of guys coming in for their NHL debut, maybe not able to get in that pregame nap as get as much shut-eye as they'd like to. But with the 8 late puck drop tonight, how did it feel for you?
I got a really good night's sleep last night. I didn't take a nap. I'm staying with Dylan Dubé, so we went back to his house after morning skate. Kind of just laid in bed, called my parents, just tried to.
Yeah, this is.
Tried to.
Yeah, that's it. That's
Thanks,
veteran
Pat.
status right there.
Yeah.
Right? That's what we're all working toward right there. That's good.
No, it was a
stuff.
great day. Yeah.
Awesome.
Hey, listen, enjoy it. Congratulations. Look great out there tonight. Can't wait to see a few more.
Yeah,
Thank you.
congrats,
Appreciate
Matt.
it.
There,
Thank
Matt
you.
Coronado, fresh off his NHL debut, and backs after a few
Yeah, you're
more.
good to go.
He's 900-plus games, and it looks like a thing of beauty. Just enjoyed a couple of slices of pie there. That's good stuff. That's
Peter Marr, Good Guy Award winner right there.
yeah, absolutely, and well-timed good guy award. The only thing I'll fault him on is he didn't share any pizza. Just two fists.
Double fist. Yeah, what's that about?
You gotta like what you hear there. By the way, I wondered why Dustin was putting that backhand right on the tape of Coronado, but
Yeah,
that
to
would
share.
explain it. Hey, you got to share those. Only had 3 pucks on
It's
the
okay.
ice.
You got to get the legs going early.
Yeah, absolutely. That's good stuff there from Matt Coronado. And obviously, we'll hear from a few words. You saw Daryl Sutter headed towards the media room as well. We'll get some thoughts on his reaction post-game. But let's show you how it all went down here tonight and get ready for some Big Z highlights because he was front and center in the goals back here tonight. And it'll start, though, with the opposition. This is the first goal of the game, and it comes from Noah Gregor. Gets his own rebound and buries it in the first period, his 9th of the season.
Yeah, and a lot of talk about some of the hometown connections. Well, there's another one for Noah Gregor. Really fascinating player, great speed down the wing. Probably, honestly, one of the most dangerous chances that Dustin Wolf faced on the night. A good initial stop. The rebound, not much you can do about that.
Yeah, until really the third period. It was a dominant second period, and this is kind of where it turned for the Calgary Flames. Only allowed 4 shots, but the good news is they scored the 1 goal, and it comes right here. And it was Michael Backlund that's looking for Andrew Mangiapane, but that little one-toucher right to Zadorov is perfection.
Yeah, thing of beauty from Andrew Mangiapane there. That's how you get the defense running around. You're not going to get these little soft touches every now and then, but anytime you can and get a defenseman like Zadorov who sees an opening, you're going to create a lot of space for yourself and your teammates.
So Z and Rasmus Anderson were tied for the team lead in defenseman goals entering tonight. Zadorov takes over that top spot with 12, but he wasn't satisfied with that. He'd add 1 more on the point shot. Maybe a seeing eye point shot, but some good work by that line of Pelletier, Coronado, and Kadri to provide some distraction in front.
For sure, and north-south hockey, right? A lot of speed. We know Jacob Pelletier and Matt Coronado are going to bring this to this organization for years to come. Nikita Zadorov, deception, and we saw it on the first goal too. That one, kind of an underrated shot when you think about it. We joke about the fact that he's leading the defenseman in scoring, but he's full value for it.
Yeah, and obviously puts it in the right spot. And then this one, I think there was another opportunity just prior to that. He was looking at it. He was staring it down. And as soon as that puck gets free, Zadorov takes a shot at it. And that thing was headed nowhere but in the middle of the net. And for Zadorov, his first career NHL hat trick. And there come the hats raining down after Z accounts for all of the scoring. That's natural hat trick, 1 in the second and a pair in the third. He's finishes the 2022-23 campaign with 14 goals, a new career high. Actually doubles his goal total from his career high season, which is remarkable. And a nice little boost from the back end in terms of the offense here tonight. We'll hear from Daryl Sutter in a moment, but maybe just first a thought on the game of a guy like Nikita Zadorov, because the funny thing is the 3 goals, obviously that's going to jump off the page, the big smile after the fact, but doing what he normally does too. He was physical in his own end and kind of provided the all-around game here tonight.
Yeah, there you said it. Doing a little bit of everything here. The offense, by the way, he had a nice little seam pass in that third period too, so he could have got on the assist column as well. But this is a player that's at times this year had his ups and downs, but can be a real stabilizing force for the Flames, which I think is a real boon for them. And to provide that physicality that we've seen on numerous occasions, when he's steady in his own end, he gives you important minutes. We saw it when Chris Tanev went down a few times with injury this year. He's able to step up and take on some of that responsibility. But you add in the offense, and again, 3 goals. We're not going to see that every night. But Daryl Sutter has talked so much this year about the importance of getting offense from your blue line. We also know the Calgary Flames are a volume shooting team, so if a lot of your offense is being manufactured from up top, he's a guy that can figure prominently in a lot of that.
There's some of that physicality in the back end. The stick check there takes out Hurdle earlier, and then Hart on the bank frees it up and gets the offense started the other way. Zadorov, a big part of it all night long here tonight, and one of the stars of the game for good reason. In fact, the first star of the night, and a big smile to go along with it. Nice night from Nikita Zadorov. All right, let's head inside the Ed Whalen Media Lounge now. Let's get some post-game reaction from the head coach of the Calgary Flames. Let's listen in on Daryl Sutter now.
About 39 Coronado's debut tonight, Daryl?
I think he's got lots upside, that young man. He's got really good hands, which is a good shooter, which is something that not everybody has that, right? So it's good to see, and he's lots of spunk in his game. It was a good first outing for that kid.
Did you see his play from the puck? Like, how did you think of that?
Oh, it was fine. I mean, I'm sure it was a little hectic for him in the first period, but I thought he busted his ass the whole time.
What do you think of Dustin Wolf?
I think he's really settles your team down. I think he just plays the game.
What note do you think that ends your season on?
Well, it's awesome to win, right? Because you want to win at home for the fans and for the older players. It was part of the mindset tonight. Was there were 7 or 8 guys that played all 81. Wanted to make sure that they played if they wanted. And there was 2 or 3 older guys. It was their call, and I wanted to make sure you had room for those kids to get in there.
Nikita Zadorov getting a hat trick on your bingo card.
Russian Rocket saved it for the last game. Should have done it in October.
Daryl, going back to Coronado, you mentioned those qualities that you saw. Is that something that this team's lacked this season?
For sure. I mean, quite honest, we did a lot of good things this year, but at the end of the day, we didn't get enough points at home here. Very simple. If you look at, I think, we have 48 in the road and 45 at home. 48 in the road is enough. If you double it, that's 96. That's a playoff spot. So you're short. So what you're lacking is a little bit of that finish and keeping up in the division.
Bringing in those 2 young guys gave your group some energy.
For sure. For sure, yeah. I think the players were excited about it too.
What's your message to the guys, just knowing that no team is composed 100% the same the next season?
Yeah, that's the way it works every year, though. Right? I mean, the unrestricted guys are the unrestricted guys, and they know how I feel about them, and that's business. And so I always tell them if there's a way, I'd have them all back every year.
Do you allow yourself, Daryl, at the end of his season to kind of take it all in? Maybe not sure what's ahead. Do you kind of allow yourself to take in the final moments?
No, not yet. I don't do that. That's a real selfish way of looking at it. I think I've always been like that. As a player and a manager and a coach, my first priority is always players and their families, and then the next part.
Dustin gets the win tonight. Matt Coronado gets lots of scoring chances. How, in terms of their future development, how important is it for those guys to leave that first one feeling good about the way it went and go into the whatever comes next on that note?
I said that about Matty, right? it was good for him to be here and good for him to get that game, and then it gives him something to, it gives him a read on it. And I think with Dustin, I think he's still got lots of hockey left this year, and so I think it was really good for him.
Following up on Wes, how important do you think it was for Matt to have a couple of weeks with the team before jumping into a game?
For sure, it's very important. It's no different than a kid playing first as a 16-year-old junior. You think about stepping in here, and it was really. I think it's been really good for him too. Just to, since he came here, seeing the team in the stretch, in a playoff push, and just to see that, right, and experience and use it to his advantage going forward for sure.
All right, there is some reaction from head coach Daryl Sutter. Some good stuff in there, and obviously a lot of it is based around the two younger players coming in and making their debuts. But certainly some value there, and we'll talk a little bit more about Coronado in just a moment. But spent 2.5 weeks here watching, learning. Just talked about how much more comfortable he felt. By the time he ends up playing a game, it's close to 2.5 weeks. Watching, practicing with guys, and the level of comfort, as he said this morning, just drastic in terms of how he felt, as he's ready to make his NHL debut here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I kind of go back to what we talked about earlier with the road trips. For me, that was, at least from what we could see, a bit of the eye-opening experience when you step foot on that charter and you start staying in the nice hotels and seeing some different NHL facilities and getting to, practice against your teammates in a different environment. Just things like that kind of bring you up to speed to the pro game. And he's been that for the Flames. You could tell the sponge that he's been around the locker room, leaning on guys like Jacob Pelletier, even though they're in the same age range. Daryl Sutter's talked about sort of having some of the same tendencies as a Tyler Toffoli, so you can tell that he's paying lots of attention to what's going on in practice with him. But then you get the payoff. You get your first NHL game, some good things happen. He goes into the offseason feeling pretty good about himself.
Yep. You want to hop on? Razzie stopping by.
Guess number 2.
We'll go inside the locker room here. Let's just, before we do that, let's talk about Dustin Wolf tonight. Sure. He doesn't have the same in terms of the conversation when we're leading it, spending 2 weeks here, but obviously 2 full seasons in the American League. The numbers speak for themselves. Leads there in almost every statistic. Wins, minutes played, shutout, save percentage, you name it. Obviously plays a lot in this building too, and I feel like that has to help the sense of comfort, and you wonder about that, and I'm sure we'll hear from him in a moment. But Dustin Wolf here tonight, 23 saves, first NHL win.
Lots of hype around this player, and rightfully so. Started at the NHL draft, which you and I were both there, right through to today, and he's done nothing but impress. I think he's won the goalie of the week, the month, the year, in any league that he's played in.
There's mom and dad watching proudly.
That's good stuff right there.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about. So much talk, and by the way, we're not going to harp on this, but so much talk at the draft was about the man's height. But all he's done, and he said it again this morning, is prove people wrong, and that's what he sets out to do. We saw it the other night. The best example of what a goaltender of that size can accomplish in UC Saros of the Nashville Predators, one of the NHL's top goaltenders, and there is no question, without putting too much pressure on the kid's shoulders, that he has the ceiling of becoming an elite starting goaltender in this league. Whether or not he reaches it, we'll find out. But we know that that's in his toolkit, and he would be able to achieve that given the skill set that he has.
Well, one of the big things you hear about, Daryl talked about it this morning, the hockey sense and just the work ethic, just putting yourself in a position to be successful. Did that here tonight. I think it was the question was asked this morning about, who you might be thinking about as you take the ice in a moment like that, big moment. And he said, I hope no one, because you just know that's the focus of Dustin Wolf, is he is singular focused on the game and his play in it. Let's go inside the Flames locker room. Sir, did you guys see, who do we have standing by? All right, the star of the night, or one of the stars of the night, first star, Nikita Zadorov has the hat trick. Let's hear from him inside the Calgary Flames locker room.
Not often. Daryl called you the Russian rocket. Have you heard that one before?
No, I mean, I feel like that was a Pavel Burez the nickname. Yeah, I'm far away from that. He just scored maybe 65 couple years in a row. Yeah.
It looked like you almost laughed when the third one went in.
I blacked out. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I was. The Razzie told me on the bench, just go for it. So I went first time, I hit the D-man, and then second time I just closed my eyes, kind of feel where the net was. Got a lucky bounce. It was nice fade, 6 iron there, so it worked.
Someone before the season tells you, hey, you're going to score a hat trick, how would you react?
Yeah, I would bet on it.
When's the last time you got a hat trick?
I don't think I might have had one in London. I'm not sure. I don't remember. It was, probably nothing, never in the pro. I had a couple, 2 goals in the AHL, but never had like hat tricks. So definitely special for sure.
Are you keeping the pucks or where are they going?
Yeah, I think they're going to keep the one puck, I think last one. That's what they're going to frame it for us. They're doing a good job here all the time, framing all the big numbers. So, yeah.
After a season as heavy and this last push over the last month, how much different was tonight in terms of just, basically turning the page and looking ahead?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely was hard to find emotions to play that game, for sure. I mean, it's normal. Like, we missed the playoffs last game. It sucks. It wasn't what we were expecting. Definitely disappointing season for our group, So I think last game was kind of like, get it done, no matter what, for our fans, for the city of Calgary. They've been great all the time. You got to respect them. It was sold out. They were cheering today. They were singing songs. So it's nice to see all this. So I think definitely guys played with the hearts for the fans, for sure.
How much were you playing for those young kids, too?
Yeah, I mean, it's fun. When those guys came in, we were joking today and yesterday, like, it was just lots of, like, fresh energy. Wolf is a great kid. Matty was here for a few games already. Like, everybody was waiting for him to get on the line. You guys were waiting. Twitter people were waiting. So I feel like he did it. I mean, he played really good today. Wolfie played real outstanding too. I think it's definitely a bright future for sure.
What do you think of his jump at the end of his warm-up?
Who's? Jump?
Yeah. He does like a little.
I don't think I see it. He's pretty superstitious. Yeah, like I heard from AHL. Yeah, I mean, the goalies are weird, so you gotta give it to them. Yeah.
During the goal review, what did you say to him there as the review?
Well, I saw the guy kind of grab the puck with his hand, so he told me there's no goal. I'm like, yeah, that's fine.
It wasn't some inspirational speech.
No. He was just, there's no way it's goal. So we were like, fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Could you go into more detail about what made Dustin Wolf so good in your estimation tonight?
Well, I mean, let's don't go that far. He played only one NHL game,
of course.
Right? Like, he had definitely great numbers in the NHL. We have 2 great goalies in here, and I think they play outstanding. Markey is like one of the best goalies in the world. Lighty is like the Raisin Star as well. So I think it's this organization probably going to make some decisions. There's 3 goalies who can play all the time, so I think it's huge. It's always nice to have a goalie like that. It's for the D-man especially, like when you have so much trust, who you have behind you, it's always great.
So would you say he was a calming presence tonight?
Yeah, you guys expected it, everybody expected it, we expected it, right? There was too much hype. You guys hyped him up pretty well, so.
Doesn't seem different. He's a different stature, obviously.
Yeah, he's small. He's super small, right? There's not many small goalies like this. I think Shesterkin and Saras, one of them. Saras is one of the best goalies in the world. Shesterkin as well, so. I think definitely he plays with a different style than Marky and Vladdy. They're big, they don't have to cover that much net. This guy plays with the fire, so a little bit different style, so it's definitely kind of throws you off. And he's more old school, he's standing up all the time, he's kind of like into it. It's fun to see, like I had, when I was in Colorado, I had Patrick Roy. He was practicing with us because he had to play the outdoor game against Detroit, so he was taking it super serious. So you remember, like, Patty, like, always on his both feet and everything. So, it's just different style for sure.
Do you allow yourself in the last game of a season to kind of reflect and take it all in? Summers are always kind of a little bit up in the air, but do you allow yourself to take it in for a moment and not knowing what lies ahead? Or
You just gotta enjoy the moment. I feel like we're playing this game because we love it. Not for money, not like you like this competition, not like the fire in your eyes every game, just like everything's going on, the lifestyle around NHL and everything. So I think just you just enjoying playing hockey. That's what my mindset was, and I think all the guys in the rooms for sure.
Okay, thanks, Z.
Yep.
Thank you,
Good stuff, boy. Covered a wide range there from Nikita Zadorov all the way back to his last hat trick. I think he estimated in London.
Yeah,
I think he said had
one. A little bit of a foggy memory, but
a little foggy memory. Yeah, but never had a professional hat trick, so that'll be a first professional hat trick for Nikita Zadorov. Also talked a lot about Dustin Wolf there as well. Good to hear, and just maybe some of the energy, some of the new energy around when you get two guys who are making their NHL debut, as they did here tonight. One guy not making his NHL debut, he was in those shoes not long ago, but it was Jacob Pelletier, and missed the last 10 games, obviously scratched. He's watching, and he's skating, and as he said, as Matt said, practiced a lot with Coronado and spent some time together. What about for Pelletier? He talked about feeling good about getting back in the lineup here tonight, and then obviously made an impact as on the wing with Coronado.
Yeah, making plays. I mean, that's what he's done since he was recalled from the Wranglers a few months ago, which is impressive to see. I mean, this guy has so many tools in his offensive toolbox, and to see them all on display tonight, we saw a little bit of a shooting threat there. We saw that incredible between the legs pass to Coronado that 9 times out of 10 is in the back of the net. He's moving his feet constantly. This is what creates so much of his offense. And, we talk so much about the energy he brings and the positivity he brings in the locker room, but a lot of that translates on the ice because he plays at such a pace that, helps push some of the defensemen back. Here's that pass we're talking about. That's elite, exceptional hockey IQ to be able to do that in tight spaces. So, kind of as Nikita said there, you sort of have to temper things a little bit because this is game 82. The San Jose Sharks haven't had the best season either, but hopefully to go into the summertime feeling good about yourself, seems like everybody was able to have a night that they can hang their hat on here.
Yeah, well said. One of his line mates, let's hear from him now. Let's go inside the Flames locker room, here from Matt Coronado.
How did it feel out there?
It felt great. It was a lot of fun. The guys made it fun. Playing with Pelts and Nas was awesome. Just hard to put into words, but I definitely had a great time out there.
How close were you to deflecting that one? I feel like you're pretty close.
I don't know. No, I mean, I'm glad I didn't. It was a pretty good shot, and Z was pretty happy about it, so I'm glad I did.
What did you notice in terms of differences in the style and level of play from NCAA compared to the French?
I think everyone's a lot stronger, and everyone's a lot smarter, too. Like, guys are in really good spots. Puck battles, everyone's harder. I think, it's kind of tough to tell right now. I just kind of I'm going to watch it over probably, and then I'll probably notice more.
What does this do for you moving forward?
I think it's great to get the first one, and I think it took me a couple shifts to get comfortable maybe. I almost fell on my first one when I got the puck. So I think it's good to kind of get comfortable and maybe for some confidence moving forward.
How did you feel about it? Oh, go ahead.
How cool was it to share the rookie lap with Dustin and go out there by yourselves for a couple?
It was really cool. He played a great game, Wolfie. He was unbelievable. It was great to get out there with him. We actually forgot to knock the pucks off the bench, though. So we were skating around there with 3 pucks, chasing them down. But besides that, it was great.
Did you expect that pass from the boards from Wolf for the rookie lap?
I was kind of hoping he was going to give it to me. Otherwise, I wasn't going to have a puck. So I was a little silly. He put it right on my tape. It's a nice play.
Was there a moment that was like, holy excellent, I'm here? Like, whether it's lying maybe against a guy like Carlson or something that holy smokes, I'm here now?
I think the rookie lap was pretty cool. Just the guys obviously took my helmet. I was out there, which was funny, but I think that was like the moment for me.
How did you feel playing at that speed? I know you were worried about how you were going to adjust to the speed of the NHL level. What was it like trying to play up to that tempo?
Well, I think it's my first game. I had a ton of energy, and I was kind of really hyped up and ready to go. So I feel like I was just kind of working my hardest and not really trying to think about that.
Did it feel like you were a couple inches from your first NHL goal? You had a couple chances out there.
Pellets set me up for one through the legs. Unbelievable play. I made a nice save. It's just working hard and see what happens. But it was a great play by him.
Now that you got one on your belt, how do you feel the last couple of weeks helped you get ready for tonight?
Definitely helped a ton. Being here, being around everyone, skating with everyone. I think I feel way better right now than I probably did when I first got here. So credit to all the guys and the staff for helping me get adjusted.
There was a note to school to finish off the semester or anything? What's the plan?
I'm going to go back to school probably this weekend, yeah. And hang out with those guys will be fun.
Matt, I know it's just one, but do you leave here with a sense that you can play in this league, like you belong at this level?
It's tough to say after one game. I'm not gonna say that. I think it's important to be confident, but it's just like I said. I really kind of can't remember everything that went on in the game. So much adrenaline, so gotta watch it over and see.
Sorry to make you remember again, but there was at one point a moment where you were having a net front battle with Henry. What was that like?
I honestly didn't even realize it was that. I mean, I remember some net front battles. I don't remember it being Henry. He said, I think he said something to me after one whistle. It was really cool to be out there with him too.
What type of advice do you get on the bench from your coaches or teammates in your NHL debut?
Nas was great. He was talking me through a lot. Same with Pelts. I think it was really, really great experience for me to get to be next to Nas on the bench the whole game and hear from a veteran and a leader like him. I think it definitely helped me a lot, and it kind of helped me settle down.
What was his advice? What did he tell you?
Just little things like where to be in certain spots and being comfortable. Like guys telling me to shoot the puck and stuff like that. Just it's the little things that go a long way.
Okay, thanks, Matt.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Original 16, a great way to celebrate things done well.
All right, welcome back inside Flames postgame live, brought to you by Original 16, celebrating things done well and a number of things done well here tonight. As we talked about, Dustin Wolf gets his first National Hockey League start, first National Hockey League win, something he has become accustomed to doing at whatever level he's played at, whether it be junior, American League, and now tonight in his first start gets his first NHL win. Let's hear from Dustin Wolf now inside the Calgary Flames locker room.
So how'd that feel?
Felt good. I thought maybe a little shaky in the first period and, kind of settled down and not a lot of shots. So just tried to stay into it and, good third period. I was happy with that.
What do you think when you're lying in bed tonight and you look back at tonight's game? What are the things that are going to come to mind?
I don't know if there's going to be, probably not sleep. No, it's, it's rewarding. You put the work in each and every day and, you dream about that as a kid. And to get that first game and first win, feels really awesome and obviously leaves me wanting more.
Having been through both now, how does the NHL compare to the NHL?
I mean, everybody's skilled out there, right? They're the best players in the world, and I think the American League's maybe a little bit easier, but I think it was good for me to get a game here and go back down and hopefully go win a Calder Cup. Yeah, no, it's poor read by me not going to get that puck in the corner, and then as soon as the guy was in front, he batted it in. So I was pretty confident that it was a goal. Granted, in the American League, that's probably counted. So it's very grateful for that.
What was going through your mind in the third period when you guys were defending the lead?
Yeah, I was thinking just trying to play my game. I felt more comfortable, and they were throwing some more pucks to the net, and we did a good job of getting that lead, and just being able to play with it. And I think I was pretty confident out there, and obviously rewarding for Z to get a hat trick and finish it off there.
Elsa was really talking you up this morning. What was that moment like at the end when you two were able to celebrate together?
Yeah, he's an unbelievable person and obviously a great player as well. It was the heart of our team in Stockton last year, and even just being in here for one game, he's chatting everybody up and making sure everybody's spirits are not down, and that's the type of person he is. He's always there to pick you up, and obviously going back to the American League now, that he's going to be a very big piece for our group.
I asked Matt how cool it was to go up for the rookie lap with the two of you, and he said, only thing next time is got to remember a couple pucks.
Yeah, normally I only knock one puck off, and he obviously didn't knock many more. So I did a couple laps and left him to it, so probably mean guy on my part. But
Cool moment for you as well.
Yeah, it was obviously pretty awesome. You come out and you see all the kids on the glass, and they're excited to see you, and obviously I was super excited to get on the ice for my first game, and I'm obviously super blessed for tonight.
He was pretty happy you hit him with that tape-to-tape pass.
Yeah, it was. There was one puck out there, so it was like I better not be the one to shoot it. So, no, I just tried to give him the puck, and he was incredible out there. I thought he made some awesome plays. He had a lot of good chances to bury, and it just didn't happen. But I think he's going to be a really awesome player in this organization.
I know you've heard it before, but in a full building at the NHL level, how cool are the howls after the saves?
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. I know there's not as many at Wrangler games, but it was pretty awesome to see how emotionally invested they are to the Flames, and obviously very thankful for them to come out and watching our last game here, and obviously looking forward to next season.
How comfortable do you allow yourself to sort of enjoy this for tonight? How quickly does the focus get back to kind of winning a championship?
Yeah, it's we'll leave that to tomorrow, but go back and try to get 2 wins in Abbotsford there, and clinch up the first and hopefully get a bye. So it's obviously really looking forward to it. We had a really good chance last year and came up just short. So we got another outstanding team, and hopefully looking to go far.
Despite that excitement, is it you just won your first NHL game and you know you won't get another chance at this level till October at least? Is that part hard for you?
Yeah, I think right now I'm just grateful to have that opportunity. Marky and Vladdy were doing their thing, and I was doing mine, and obviously super excited to be able to get one in at the very end of the season, and kind of keep my confidence up going into the playoffs and with the Wranglers, and it's it leaves you wanting more for next year for sure.
Okay, thanks, Dustin.
Yeah, thanks.
Perfect place to leave it right there from Dustin Wolf. Leaves you wanting more, and what a nice little taste he got here tonight, and obviously a taste of his first NHL win as well. Anything stand out what you heard there from a couple of laughs too? I love the warm-up story. That's great. Only one puck. He probably part of his routine knocks the one puck off, and as he said, obviously nothing else came off the boards.
So almost everything was discussed beforehand.
That's right.
Just like Maddie saying that his helmet was ripped off as he went out. No bucket. That's the only way to go.
Exactly,
so, what stood out? I just love he's got such a humble attitude about him. He talked about it being rewarding, right? This is a guy that we know has put in the work. Daryl Sutter talked about it this morning, that his work ethic is one of the 2 things that really stands out about this guy. And you kind of alluded to it there. It leaves you wanting more, because this is a guy that, we know his business isn't finished for the rest of the spring, nor is it finished with this Flames organization. This truly, at the end of it, was ultimately a disappointing season for the Flames. Gives everybody a little bit of a glimpse into the future, and it leaves everybody feeling good leaving the rink tonight.
Yeah, obviously some disappointment coming off of Monday's game and officially being eliminated from playoff contention, but adds a nice little, obviously you saw the smiles, it's kind of self-explanatory, a nice finish to the season, as good as it can be, and obviously you leave the home fans with one more win and a good taste for a couple of young guys. It's also the finishing page for us as well, so just as we have to be careful with this, but proud to have Original 16 on board for the bulk of the season. I can't mess this up because
those are show beers. We talked about it. That's different.
So
I gotta go left-handed here.
Don't maybe hold off on the sipping until afterwards. But cheers to a good season nonetheless.
That's a tough ask.
Flames Postgame Live. Thanks
Cheers
to Original 16 and keeping us well hydrated throughout the year. And cheers to you, the Flames fans that have been following along all the way around, and to our crew who puts on these shows night after night here inside the Scotiabank Saddle Dome as well. It's been a pleasure to bring them your way, and we look forward to many more down the road. Thanks for watching Flames Postgame Live, capped off by a 3-1 win for the Calgary Flames in game number 82 here on Saddle Dome ice. And that'll do it for the regular season as playoff hockey's around the corner in the National Hockey League. Flames will look ahead now. We'll have Garbage Bag Cleanout Day coming up here in just a couple of days' time as well. Put a wrap on this season in totality. Dustin Wolf, Matt Coronado make their NHL debuts, and a successful one at that as we celebrate the end of the season here tonight. Thanks for watching Flames Postgame Live, brought to you by Original 16 for the final time. See you soon.